In the past 65 million years since the last mass extinction, there has been reversal through every 300,000 years. So basically, there's no global warming, just polar flips. Oh shit! Are we live again?
We're live now.
Here we go. Is it choppy and shitty?
It sounds fine.
Sounds fine.
Is it choppy and shitty? It sounds fine.
It sounds fine.
So I'm on here. Welcome back, everybody.
Hello,
Hope the
welcome
audio
back.
sounds better.
To another episode of Tuta's Drinking Beer.
He's Josh. I'm Alec. You get the idea. We're drinking Skull Crusher. I've been out here thinking about Australia and
Broken
Japan.
Alec's interested in time right now.
I got super into it. I was looking at the Dateline. Awesome. Yeah, we'll just start. I guess start restarting the computer. That's all we
I
really
have to turn
can
off my
do.
computer at night.
Either, yeah, you haven't been turning it off at night.
I never turn off
That's
my computer.
probably part of the issue. I told you it gets dusty and you gotta clear the cobwebs out the cooter. Anyway,
I do dust it. That's why I have canned air.
canned air.
Canned air.
Anywho, I'm out here looking at something called the International Timeline, Dateline.
Dateline.
And basically, I've known about it. Look how jagged it is.
Everyone's
too.
known about it.
Not every, but babies don't know about it. Babies are stupid.
Babies don't know anything.
That's my point.
Oh, a tier 2 sub. That's gonna be good. Pussy, just take a sip.
Fuck.
We only got one of those each, so
You.
you went a little too fast for me.
Did I?
Yeah.
So
'Cause
much confetti.
Mine is all the way over here. DJ Phantom, thank you for this sub. You're the first one
Phantom,
of the
thank you,
channel.
bro. You're the first subscriber. That worked flawlessly.
Yeah.
Trigger warning to all the dogs in the neighborhood.
I wish like we can fill the keg with something, like a little bit of water.
Just blow up the whole street.
Well, no, because the sound bounced off of it.
Yeah, I heard it. It was pretty loud. We could get it filled up if you want. Anyway, DJ Phantom, thank you so much for the 2-tier subscription.
Anyways,
Yes, it is no secret anymore. We are an affiliate streamer link with Twitch. So we now take subscriptions, and we were saving those for the first subscriber as a way to celebrate.
bought them a while ago.
But it finally paid off, and I hope that was as funny and entertaining for everyone as it was for me, because that was super loud like Josh said it would. I didn't know there'd be, look how much goddamn confetti there is all over the room.
Yeah.
Anyway, there will be a few changes, things like, I guess there's going to be mid-rolls every now and then every 20 minutes.
Can't.
Did you hear that?
Can't avoid ads. Yeah, it was my.
Oh, you got the speakers on?
Well, no, it's just desktop audio.
Oh, I'm tripping.
It's all my shit turning back on.
Yeah, so it looks like every 20 minutes or so, there's so much goddamn
Well,
confetti.
it's a pre-roll. It's not a mid-roll.
Pre-roll. Okay. But it looks like there's going to be some more ads. So
Deal with it.
please bear with us. And
Download an ad blocker.
I'm not a huge fan of ads, but we get paid for it now. And thank you guys for sticking with us to this point, especially DJ Phantom for being the first. I called it. And let's get back into the show and just drink a beer and
Also,
have a good time.
I don't know
Oh,
if
go ahead.
you're not aware of it, but you were asking me about like, what do these 300 things do?
Yeah.
Click it. Boop. So people can redeem things in this channel now just by watching
Oh,
That tanked up the-
so
yeah.
sip, pull, chug, highlight my message. That's so cool. Yeah.
it. So if in the middle of the show people will redeem those
We have to take a sip.
chug or a pull.
How much is a chug? Like a
Chug is a long
finish
pull.
it?
No, chug is just a long pull.
Okay.
A sip is a sip. A pull is a pull.
Okay.
At a beer bong, I need beer bongs first. But I will.
We could do a beer bong. We should also do like maybe a shotgun thing if you wanted to do like
That's too messy.
I know, but like obviously not with like IPAs or anything like this. But like if we had like a day, we can update it, right? Change it around.
Of course.
There's so much goddamn confetti everywhere, all over the place.
I was expecting like the long confetti, like the streamer confetti.
Same. I was expecting
not ribbons.
Yeah. I love it though. That's hilarious.
It's literally everywhere.
Wow.
fucking-
Look, it's even under the desk. You didn't tilt yours high enough. Because I went that way, you went that way. Dude, these are fucking shotgun confettis. All right.
It's on top of the door frame.
Cheers.
All over the printer. Love it. Dateline, NBC.
Take a seat right here. Drink a beer. Basically, yeah. I was tripping out because I knew that there was some place in the world where it's either a day ahead or a day behind.
Yes, based on time.
Based on time. And it turns out Australia is one of the first. Maybe a little bit of Russia, but no one cares about them. But Australia is a day ahead right now, and their day is actually just starting. It is 8.
Well,
Hang on, let me
it's been
refresh.
started for 8 hours.
Yeah. Well, I mean, most people will probably wake up at like 8:17, go to work. I don't know what they're doing out there. Australia's the one place that was open. So it's kind of crazy how it's like they beat coronavirus first. They're ahead of us in like time and everything else right now. They're ahead in time and coronavirus and everything.
Because they got that future outlook.
Yeah.
They get all the
They can
heads
see the
up.
future. That's hilarious. But I just coughed and got confetti all over my mixer. No, it looked good. Anyway, I was tripping out about datelines, and then we were talking about like the poles reversing. And the last time the poles reversed was 780,000 years ago, and it looks like they flip or rotate every 300,000 years.
So we're due.
And I was so we're due for a big one.
Way past due.
So I was saying, we are actually due, aren't we? I was saying there's no global warming. It's just the poles switching every time. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, and if they are an island, so easier to control and goes in and out of the country. Same with England. Oh yeah, that makes sense. It's like playing fucking Plague Inc. and you can't get Madagascar because they only have the port. It only fills up to like here.
I know, but there was so
What I'm
much
looking
confetti
at.
packed in there.
So yeah, the islands are a lot easier. That's falling from random places.
Awesome. Yeah, England would be fucking sweet to go to. The one thing I never
rainy London town.
rainy London town. The one thing I never really understand is like, what was I gonna say? Shit. They always talk about London being something. I feel like a lot of people go to London and say it's like not fun or not cool. I feel like it'd be like the one place I'd like to go to. I totally lost what I was gonna say. I had like a whole story like ready to go for that one.
Put Staples in this.
Is there like a motor? What's that detonation look like? The trigger. Let's show here today on Tuesday Drink a Beer. Let's show you how to make a bomb.
Well, it's basically metal filled with probably gunpowder.
Mm-hmm.
A little rubber gasket that I would assume sits there, and that
And
covers
when
it.
you twist it, it goes.
Yeah.
It definitely smelled like gunpowder when I first
Stinky.
smelled.
London is not a nice place to be.
Why isn't it not? Why isn't it nice? I mean, sure, there's stabbing and acids attacks and people with fucked up teeth everywhere. You should move to London, Ghost Hand.
Why?
Fix everyone's fucking teeth in London.
They don't have bad teeth in London.
They've got terrible teeth. They're British.
That's a stereotype.
It is a stereotype, and Ghost Hand's a dentist.
It doesn't mean it's true, though. Just because it's a stereotype.
Okay.
I'm Mexican. I can't run fast,
Well, you're also half white, so it's the half white side.
but I can climb.
That's the Mexican side.
Did you... Okay, so did you see that their fucking National Geographic found a new ocean? Well, they didn't find it. It's been there.
How the fuck do you find a new ocean?
They're
Like we rediscovered America?
they're
We found it
fucking-
first.
They're designating the ocean area above/north of Antarctica as the
Ships.
the Southern Ocean, I believe. They're naming a new ocean.
Is it because all the ice caps melted?
No, I mean I don't know. I just saw it on the news.
I gotta look it up now because
New ocean just dropped.
new ocean just dropped. Who days? There was a new ocean. Can you name all 5? That
Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Arctic, South.
South. Well, there's the Indian Ocean too.
That's what I said. Indian.
You said Asian, Pacific,
I said
Atlantic,
Pacific, Atlantic,
Indian,
Arctic, Indian,
Arctic. All 5. Boom. I didn't even know the 5th one. We got it though. Is it the Arctic Ocean?
Asian Ocean isn't one.
It's not.
No, that's not a thing.
It's called the water underground. That's so cool.
That is not.
There is much water inside the earth, and there is in all of the oceans down beneath the mantle is the core, but it's in the mantle that you'll find the 6th secret ocean. What? It's an underwater.
On Tuesday,
It's a subterranean ocean?
Shut your mouth. On
Fuck
Tuesday,
you.
the cartographers at National Geographic officially recognized the Southern Ocean, also known as the Antarctic or Austral Ocean, as the world's 5th and newest ocean. I don't know what the fuck you're reading.
I'm reading Google. So are you.
Yeah, I'm reading what National Geographic said as the 5th ocean. It's the ocean north.
The water underground sounds so much cooler.
It's the ocean north of Antarctica.
Is Africa forming a new ocean?
No.
In 10 million years, a new ocean will form.
They'll finally have water.
I mean, you know what's crazy? We have the Suez Canal, right? Or the Panama Canal, whatever canal we made with the guy with the mustache when he was the president.
Panama.
That one. Why don't we just do the same shit for Africa? Everyone's talking about
they
like...
have that. It's the Suez Canal.
That's Europe.
No, it goes through Egypt.
Does it?
Yes.
How do you spell Suez?
Suez.
Nailed it. In Egypt.
Nestle will find a way to steal Africa's water once again.
You're not wrong. You know who else I heard is like super bad is Dole, the banana company. They have their hands in everything. Like everything from like...
Fruits, man.
Well, like everything from like irrigation and agriculture to like...
You gotta own the means of production.
Land plots. Like they own... I'll look it up in a second here. I'm going to write that down. But like... Dole owns... I'm going to write that down. But I know Dole owns a lot of shit. Dole's a huge company. Getting a lot of pictures.
It's a big canal.
Artificial sea level waterway in Egypt connecting the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea. So there's 2 seas you didn't name. I love how
Those aren't oceans. They're seas. They're different.
I love how confetti's just like falling down randomly and it keeps catching my eye. I'm like, oh.
The ultimate distraction for a 5-year-old. Shapes and colors.
Me.
Seas aren't oceans, sir.
It offers a direct route between the North Atlantic and the Northern Indian Oceans via Mediterranean. It doesn't say it goes through Africa.
Where is Egypt, sir?
I don't know. You're the fucking geologist.
It's in Africa.
Is Egypt... I like how the shows just become like us, like Googling and arguing.
This is so fucking aggravating.
Is Egypt in Africa? Yes, it is. Turns out it is.
Wow. Basic geography.
Okay, this is not what I'm talking about, though. This is between the peninsulas. I mean, why not just fucking Suez Canal between here? Okay. Like here and then down across. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
so inefficient. You need.
So is digging through a continent in the first place, but we did that already.
They're connecting 2 bodies of water in the shortest span possible. Panama is super thin as well.
I get that, but this is Egypt, right?
Yes, correct.
So this little sliver right here is Egypt.
Yes.
The rest of Africa needs the water. If they need the water, I'm saying why not just like...
The canal doesn't give them water.
That's what I'm saying. We should do... But it's access to water. Like the beach, I mean, any kind of like... On the West Coast, you were close to the beach. And the moisture in the air and shit, like it helps.
So fucking every coastal country has access to that.
Okay, but like what about these guys? Do they have water?
They have lakes. They have rivers. The Nile River is over there too.
The Nile River. But that's also in Egypt.
It's pretty fucking big. It goes a long way.
The Nile.
Should buy a globe and try to guess what country is which.
It goes...
Wow, through more than Egypt.
Okay, I knew it went through more than Egypt. I'm saying it should go to the goddamn middle of the continent,
Yeah.
is my point. Or
They're
would you
just
prefer
gonna-
I say the country? Does that make more sense to you? I wanted to go to the country of Africa.
Africa's not a country.
I know, but you're dumb. And it looks like...
How am I dumb?
You're just dumb.
When I know all the geographical plots of land.
Geographical. Sudan, South Sudan. Yikes, buddy. Stay strong. Look, man, all I'm saying is,
Yeah, they'll just...
if you need water,
they have
dig a
water
hole.
now. Thanks to Akon, they have water now.
But look, do they actually?
Yes.
Look, if water's there, people come. Here's a city
Yes.
on the side of the Nile.
That's how the fucking river valleys started.
Here,
The Indus River civilizations.
here is the goddamn Suez Canal.
Yes, for trade. Not
This
for...
little bit right there that's cut.
Yes.
I'm saying let's cut a big thing through Africa and give people water.
Okay, the water... The fucking probably... I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
Clearly,
The fucking sea levels would drop probably so much,
it would spread out.
thus forcing it to drop.
I'm not a scientist either.
What? Look at the fucking square area of Africa.
On this episode? Why don't Africa just take a big hole? You're not wrong. Look, man, I'm trying. I'm spitballing, okay? There's no wrong answers.
There is.
What'd you say to look up?
The square area of Africa.
The square area? That's what it's called?
Well, just the area. In,
Too late.
in square miles.
Oh, like, you want to know, like, how big? It's the biggest continent for sure.
It is.
Look at that. Boom. Oh, my God.
Yes.
Oh, my fucking God.
The entire United States,
Oh my
Asia,
God.
India, and more can fit inside
China.
of the perimeter.
China, it's funny, too, because China's the biggest country. Is this real?
Yes.
China, what's the other ones? Japan. I love how Japan, like,
Africa's huge.
Africa is gigantic.
So you can't...
It's just uninhabited, huh?
the people live there.
Okay, but like most of the world, like a third of the world population is here, and the other third of the world population is in China. China and India have the biggest populations.
That doesn't mean it's not inhabited.
Inhabitable. I know it's inhabited. I want to know, like, there's parts of there that like are not inhabitable.
They're working on it.
By digging a hole for water?
called-
What's the move,
It's
bro?
a third world developing country. They're working on it. They don't have the same resources that we do.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's like, is it third world? Probably. And yeah,
Yes,
there's shit
it
on
is.
the door too.
I pointed that out.
Oops. Anyway, dude, it's falling everywhere now. What was I saying?
You think Africa is inhabitable?
Yeah,
Because
there's
they don't have the
parts
same resources.
of Africa that are inhabitable because there's no access to water.
But they do have access to water.
Okay, yeah, if we airdrop Aquafina,
No, they have water. They have running water.
sure, but it's not like you said, the infrastructure is not great.
Yes,
You
because
know what we should do? We should host the Olympics in Africa so we can get them.
That
some
would make it
GDP.
worse.
Why?
Okay, so have you ever heard how people say, like Sochi, for example?
I remember this conversation. Let's bring it back up. Let's go.
Okay, so yes, hosting an Olympics is good for a country's economy, but it's temporary. So however long the Olympics lasts, it's like feels like for 3 months. But do you have huge empty spaces with that population?
World's big.
Yes, world is big. And
TLDR, world big.
you also have a rainforest that you shouldn't develop in, so that's why
Hey,
there's no
you know
people
what?
there.
You know what? Fuck that rainforest. Is that the rainforest?
Yeah.
Oh.
The Amazon.
That's the Amazon, the rainforest we always hear about out here in America. You guys have. I don't care. I still need pencils and paper.
So get it from Africa.
Get it from why you can't grow trees in Africa because there's no goddamn water.
They have trees.
That's the point I'm making.
Okay, so the Olympics.
They have tree. Hello, welcome to our neighborhood. This is our tree. You know how in Back to the Future it's two palms? They have one palm.
I've never seen.
Here's our one palm. We could educate the people if we could write on stones with brick and mortar because we can't use this tree for paper. It's the only thing we have for shade.
Okay, so the Olympics are good temporarily for a country to stimulate its economy. Yes, it's a big influx of people spending money. But as soon as they leave, it's basically you're going to be in the same position you were in, and then you're going to have all this infrastructure that's going to be abandoned.
But you have money circulating within the country now. That's good, right?
I mean,
Also, I do love how I'm like so stupid and ignorant to be like, put it in Africa, like acting like that's the country. Like,
the
there's
world,
probably a place in Africa.
the next World Cup is going to be in Qatar, and they're building the stadium. I don't think it's started yet, but it's in. When is the next World Cup?
Welcome to Two Dudes Drinking Beer, where we Google shit for you.
The Qatar World Cup so literally fucking next year. The stadium, not built, is I believe in the process. And Qatar is poor as hell.
Oof.
Oof.
So I was wrong, but go ahead. There's a lot of people in the goddamn world. 1.3 billion live in China, 1.3 billion live in India. Back when the world had only 3 billion people, but now the world has 7.6 billion people, and it's rising. With no... It doesn't look like it's going to stop. That's so crazy. That's so many people. We're just statistics at this point. That's why computers run everything, because we're
Always
just...
have been.
But now it's like... But now we're just statistics. Do you know what I'm saying? Like... When you had 3 billion people, you're like, okay, we can have this many million and this many million people die in war. Good luck.
In 1960?
And now it's just like more than double. You're like, okay, well, as many people can die in war as you want. Go. It's crazy.
And that would only be better for us as a collective.
The red space is empty. All in Brazil? Jesus.
Where's the rainforest?
That is the rainforest. It's empty now.
I'm sure eventually, your guys will expand.
The truth is, a lot of America's like that too.
Yeah, it's called Kentucky.
Yeah, it's called Arizona, dude. It's like you don't have to go very here.
They're still developing.
Yeah, what would you say? Not just flat, because like uninhabited parts
The Midwest.
of the U.S. There are 10 uninhabitable spots in the U.S. Baker Island, Howland Island, Jarvis Island, the Johnston Atoll. These are all just fucking islands. I want pictures, damn it.
Go to images.
I'm going. Boom.
What's the black?
Mostly Nevada is uninhabitable.
Well, that's because of the government.
Yeah. Where the 0.05% live, mostly uninhabited.
Yeah, the Australian outback is a whole nother thing.
I don't know Australia, but basically this looks like those cellular maps when they're like, check out our new 5G network. It's the strongest. It's the best. This is exactly what they pull from. They're just like, where's the dense populations? I mean, when you think about it, I bet you the white's got to be where people live, right?
People live in that black, though.
You think, but there's no like chart to tell us what is what.
You can click the article.
I could. There you go. Okay. Fuck the Smithsonian.
They're actually pretty dope.
Cool. I'm not seeing a legend telling me how to read this goddamn map.
Read the article.
So, nobody lives here. It's gotta be. You think it's the white? You think it's the white, not the colored?
Oh.
You think it's the colored, not the white?
How do they even know for sure?
The census.
Fucking we didn't fill out the census.
Yeah, you did.
We technically don't exist or something.
Because when I see the red, I think people live there, right? No, I'm not. What the fuck?
You gotta log into Twitter.
You must log into Twitter to see this diagram. See, this is a legend. This is Canada, so no one really cares. Pretend these numbers aren't real because they're not.
Canada matters.
Canada lives don't matter. See the legend
of permafrost.
Permafrost.
Which is
so not
important.
life, but okay. This one's got something. This is a really small one. TLDR, world big.
Yes.
Okay, persons per square mile.
PSI? Oh no, that's PC.
Well,
PSM.
it actually says persons per square kilometer. I said mile because I'm a filthy, dirty American.
PSK.
PSK. The more purple it gets, the more people there are. It goes from gray to purple, and red is just before purple. So yeah, all the gray on this map in America.
Man, Canada's
no one
fucked.
lives there. So Nevada, you can basically see the outline of Nevada. Yeah, Canada's boned, dude.
People live in Nevada though.
No, I know, but like, look at that big empty space. You know that's where Nevada is. You don't have to think twice about it. Like, everyone knows if you point them on a map, you're like, oh, that's Vegas. You're like, what state? Oh, Nevada. They'd be like, why is Nevada empty?
People live there.
Yes, but it's also, look, it's all here, and then like there's Brazil. Baller. But as you could see, people like to live on the coast. People don't like to live too far away from the water. This is South America. You do have a ton of empty space. You actually do have way more empty space in South America than we do.
They're working on it.
You're absolutely right. But we have I'd say there's about two states worth of just emptiness based on this chart. And then Hawaii is like, oh, look at me. Who the fuck is living up here? Is that fucking
That's Alaska.
all the coal miners? But look, red's like the second highest.
I mean, not all of Alaska you can live in.
No, apparently just this one part, and then over here in the middle of bumfuck nowhere.
It's probably Juneau.
Juneau?
Yeah.
The place where that fucking haunted house was? The Fourth Kind movie was?
Probably. Not by the lack of trying, we're going to run this country to the ground until 2030.
Not before we run our country to the ground before 2030.
It's like a Toyota that's on it. It has like 200,000 miles. Mm-hmm. Keep driving it until it stops.
We have 500,000 miles. We're eating a burger in one hand, shifting gears with the next hand, talking on the Bluetooth, steering with our wheel, and cussing at someone and yelling a racial slur out the window to someone we don't like.
And it's a 2002.
Because that's America for you.
How do you think the fucking traditional like pirate accent started?
Like traditional in the Pirates of the Caribbean pirates, or like
the stereotypical pirate accent, like "Arr, matey."
Drunkenness.
Do you think like they actually talked like that? I'm sure they said those words, but like
the
accent.
You're scallywagging, fucking. You're drunk. You're pissed drunk all the time.
Because I was thinking about that. Because why I started thinking about it is because I saw a post that said, "Look at the highest grossing movie that came out the year you were born."
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Well, not
shit.
It was actually the year you were 10.
Gay.
So 2006, it was the second Pirates of the Caribbean movie for me. No, I don't close my tab.
Hey, thanks for the follow.
So yeah, for
The Lion King.
When you were
no
born.
shit.
No.
Oh, Forrest Gump was second.
now look at when you were 10.
So
2004. Math is hard sometimes.
Only when you go by tens.
Shrek.
Shrek 2!
And that's your movie for life.
Spider-Man 2. Oh, such a good movie though. And then The Incredibles, those are good too. Fuck, those are all really good movies. I didn't see Prisoner of Azkaban.
That was a good one.
I love that Shrek. I bet you that's 2000, right? Mission Impossible 2? Castaway? Castaway's a good movie. I'm going to go through all these movies now.
The first
Harry Potter.
Nice.
Shrek was number 4, 2001. 2002.
When did Shrek come out?
2001. I just looked it up.
Well, that's when it was grossing. So it was also the highest grossing movie
For that year.
in 2004 as well.
2002. It was?
It was your number one for 2004.
Shrek 2.
That just said Shrek.
No, it didn't, bro.
Yeah, it did.
No, it didn't. Shrek 2.
Oh, because I was looking up there. Shrek.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
See, I was confused. So like, how the fuck is this still? I was like, damn, it had a cult following even then.
Can you imagine? It's just like 3 years later down the road, it's like, we want Shrek! We want Shrek!
Ghost Hand got the first Narnia.
Lord of the...
I vaguely remember those movies.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I've seen them. I know they're good, but I couldn't fucking tell you anything about them.
I remember being a huge fucking deal. Harry Potter and the Goblin... Dude, Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings had a fucking run. Pirates of the Caribbean. Dead Man's Chest or whatever.
That was when I was 10.
Damn. Ice Age. The first Ice Age was good. Casino Royale. I know all these. I love these. These are all really good movies.
That's why they're the highest grossing.
Yeah, apparently. I'm like, damn, Spider-Man 3, no surprise there.
Then the next year, the next
Shrek the
Pirates
Third.
movie.
Let's see what else we got. I'm going to keep going.
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. Oh, no question. Iron Man. Okay. Indiana Jones. That was a terrible movie. Hancock was a great movie.
It was probably the only time that fucking DC is going to beat a Marvel grossing.
Nah, give it time. Avatar. We'll skip this. We'll skip this year.
2009 Avatar.
Sorry, kids. Highest grossing movie of all time. Name one character.
Couldn't tell you.
Avatar.
The blue guy.
The blue Avatar. The things they ride. The things they have to fucking... Yep. They have to tickle their fucking stringy pubes to and fucking soul bond with to fly.
They're making more, yeah?
4 of them.
When's Avatar 2 come out?
I think this year or next year, actually.
2022, so next year.
Yeah.
Sequel from 2009. Nice. Budget only 250 mil.
He was played by Stephen Lang, but you don't know the character's name in the
Who
film.
the fuck is Stephen Lang?
That's the point, is we keep saying it's like the highest grossing film in the world, and nobody remembers anything about it. No, that guy's the general, right? He's not the good guy.
He's the bad guy.
He's the bad guy.
He's in Avatar 2. He was also in a movie called Don't Breathe and Don't Breathe 2.
He's gonna be so... Here's the thing. Everyone's gonna be so fucking old in the new movie.
Yeah, he's 68.
Why was this movie popular again? It was because it was
It was like the best CGI at the time.
best CGI ever or something, which is cool.
That's what people said.
Jake Sully was played by Sam Worthington.
And what has he done since?
Let's take a peek. Let's take a gander. A lot of Rule 34 stuff. He did something called, look, I know you probably don't understand this.
Those are his lines.
Oh.
You clicked on the
He said,
character
thank
name.
you.
You clicked on the character.
Am I not supposed to?
Oh, you click on the actor's name.
Oh. Okay, let's see what else. He was in...
He's in a lot of pre and post stuff.
Shit. Oh, damn. Avatar 5, 2028.
They're filming.
They're filming it right now.
Also filming Avatar 4?
They're filming 4, 5... 1, 2, and 3 are in post... Oh, 2 and 3 are already in post-production? What the fuck?
Oh, he was Alex Mason in the first Black Ops. That's cool.
Oh, that is pretty badass.
Looks familiar. Like that.
Yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Alex Mason right there.
Yeah.
That's so sick. So, aside from 5 Avatar movies, he's also in something called Alphas, Counterplay, Fires, 9 Bullets, The Last Sun. He's actually in a ton of shit.
Call of Duty.
And a ton of shit right now, too. Like, he's filming 1, 2, 3 movies, and everything else is in post-production. or completed. He's got 2 movies out right this year.
Oh, he was in Hacksaw Ridge.
Yep. The Shack, Everest,
Cats. Or what is that?
Cake, The Keeping Room,
I can't read far.
Sabotage, Drift, Call of Duty's Wrath of the Titans. Wow. Popular ass dude. Good for him.
Very forgettable face.
Super forgettable face, but like clearly a good actor. I shouldn't have put a space in his name.
Wrath of the Titans is really good.
You know what it was? I was trying to put in net worth, but I put Sam Worthington. He's worth 30 million. He's 5'10". We can do it, Kings.
Short Kings unite.
Short Kings rise up.
You just got to be a good actor.
Dude, that's pretty cool actually. I like that. I need to rewatch Avatar and see if it's a good movie. I'm sure it's terrible. Like honestly, like I remember it being
I don't
like
think it holds up.
I remember it not being great. Like I remember watching that movie and being like, why is this that popular? And I was like 13. I was like, this is not that good. I was like, I'd rather watch a fucking Bugs Bunny movie.
Oh, I believe it was also because like the 3D was really good.
That it's for sure because I guess he invented a new style of recording or filming that made it so it's like super realistic. And don't get me wrong, sure, but it doesn't make it a good story. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't like.
It's because your tech is good. Picasso, your movie's good.
Picasso's not famous for making a super realistic painting. Nobody is. No one. If you guys want to see something super realistic, go look at the fucking person in real life. Like, no one cares.
The live nude model.
Anyone could do something super realistic or hyper realistic, but like, if you want it to be art, it needs to just be good. And the story of a movie is what matters.
Anything can be art. It doesn't have to be good.
But here's the thing. I watched Terminator 1, bro. The first of the Terminator series. It's really good. The CG is terrible. It's like you could see the strings on the spaceships and shit. It's bad. It's embarrassing. But the story is so good that you forgive all the bad parts of the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Gohan just typed the entire plot of Avatar in one sentence.
Yeah. Human bad, nature good. There. Save 3. Yeah, for sure. And then also everyone memeing it is like saying this guy betrayed his whole species just to clap some alien cheeks. And he's fucking right, dude. Imagine someone in the Marine Corps being like, you know what? ISIS is just misunderstood. I'm going to go join ISIS. And
even then, it still wasn't even him because he's basically...
the Avatar.
Yeah. So his character fucked something and he didn't.
Yeah, I guess the neurological side of that. What was the weird thing too? Like they captured the alien and he can control it or something while he was in that tube, or like a tanning bed or whatever.
He's in a pod.
Yeah.
He also like can't walk or something.
That's true. He was paraplegic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like the Avatar is like your consciousness in another
being
thing.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah, they're called prisoners of war.
Well, no, people also defect. Like,
yes, that too sometimes.
Spies will sometimes be like, yo, fuck America. And Russia will be like, come over here, Edward Snowden. Just kidding.
He's a good guy.
I like Edward Snowden. He's a good dude. But I can't think of another time where it was like, could you imagine, like, there's probably, like, Russian spies right now, like, defecting to America, being like, fuck Russia. Hey, Russia, this is what the Americans are doing.
I mean, that's
espionage.
Yeah. You can't blow your cover.
Gotta roll with the punches.
Yeah, can't blow your cover. So you have to be like, fuck that place. And I'll be like, you cool.
Well, that's the thing, too. The TV show I was watching about spies, it was like, he's like, how'd you do it? How'd you stay undercover? He's like, people like hearing that they're right. Like, all I ever did was, like, agree with them. So, like, people would be like, I think this. And he'll be like, you're right. Fuck America. And they'll be like, you're okay, kid. You're here. Fuck America. Come over here. We're going to go fucking kill some Americans. And he's like, okay. Which is so crazy to me, too, because, like, when you think about it, some people are such a high-level access in the American military They're like, if you need to kill somebody in America to keep your cover, do it. And they're like, okay. Like, you gotta... That's so crazy. Like, they probably train you how to, like, leave breadcrumbs just in case they're, like, president, you know? Like, you'd be like, okay, 4chan. Reddit. If I were to kill the president, it'd be like this.
Buy GameStop.
Buy GameStop. Yeah. That's the other thing, too, I was saying is, like, if you really wanted to...
The hacker known as 4chan.
If you want to be super covert, you got to do all your murder meetings, I guess, in a fucking Xbox.
On Zoom.
Yeah, on an Xbox chat. Also, did you hear there's an FBI ran app popular amongst criminals that just got busted recently?
Like the FBI developed it?
Yeah. Okay, so what happened was
It worked.
the FBI found the creator of the app, and they're like, "Yo, we know this app is for criminal activities. Give us access to it." And he's like, "Done. Here you go. Can I walk?" And they're like, "You can walk after we see how many bad guys we catch." And they catch like 250 bad guys who were like about to like commit murders and do like massive drug deals. And because it was such a popular app between people in the crime world, they didn't even try to code their language. They just were like, "Hey, kill this person at 3:00 in this area," and the FBI would intercept it and stop it. And they're like, "You guys aren't even fucking trying." They kept getting caught and shit. And the FBI just finally came out and they're like, "Yeah, we sponsored the app essentially. We did it to prevent crimes, and it worked." And there was like a ton of drugs, a ton of murders, and a ton of guns that was like prevented, which is pretty cool. Bored LARPers are a hell of a breed.
I want to go LARPing. That'd be fun.
That'd be fun as fuck. A group of guys on pole. What's that?
Fucking politics.
Oh, r/politics.
Basically.
Training camp by an Allison photos. Star Wars patterns. What?
People like that are also super dangerous. Like,
Hold up, wait. Did Russia bomb a bunch of LARPers?
no, ISIS.
ISIS bombed a bunch of LARPers?
No, Russia bombed ISIS.
Oh. I was like, could you imagine going to like a D&D convention and then all of a sudden it's like the doors get kicked down and they're like, "Put your fucking hands up." Doo, doo, doo. Fucking take out your whole squad.
But yeah, the people that can like identify where someone is based off a picture, like generally
There's actually a math
turn
to it.
out to be stalkers.
There's a math to it, right? You know, you can like measure the shadow if you get the time of day. You can measure the shadow and find out exactly where someone is. There's a science to that.
Yeah, that's fucking scary.
It's military grade shit. You gotta have some serious information for those variables.
Yeah, that's fucking scary.
I was kind of hoping a group of LARPers got bombed and just never made the news. Russia was just like, "What are they training with? Lightsabers?
Foam swords.
Not in my house." That'd be awesome.
Throw some lightning bolts. Throw some fire bolts. Like in that movie with Paul Rudd and the other guy.
Next one, please. Role models.
Yes.
Boom, I'm on fire.
And the little black kid.
He's big now.
I'm sure he is.
He likes boobies.
Don't we all?
I hate boobies.
You don't like movies?
I love vagina.
Same thing with Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
We will not divide us. Yeah.
I don't understand that.
There was a camera basically on a wall, and it was live streaming
Nice. LARPers are people who
live action role play.
Yeah, think of people who play D&D but with like actual foam swords and armor.
Yeah.
It's like real. Just you can Google it. I think it looks pretty cool. Honestly,
People who like high fantasy and want to act it out.
Yeah, imagine role playing Lord of the Rings with your friends in a park.
But yeah, there was this camera on a wall that would live broadcast, whatever was in front of it. And I forgot what was going on at the time, but Shia LaBeouf and a whole bunch of other people were there, and they would just chant like, "You will not divide us," and like fucking
You will not divide us.
people found out where this camera was. There was like neo-Nazis there, and like fights broke out.
Wait, Shia LaBeouf was a neo-Nazi?
No, he was saying, "We will not divide us."
Oh.
He will not divide us, or you will not divide us.
Who's dividing who? And who's bombing LARPers?
No one's bombing LARPers. I think it was a Donald Trump thing when he was running for president.
So he likes Donald Trump?
No, he doesn't.
It's the first thing that comes up when you say "you will" in Google. He will not divide us. Shia LaBeouf has been arrested at the site of the live stream protest work, "He will not divide us." The protest declares the mantra "He will not divide us" acts as a show of resistance or insistence, opposition, or optimism. God damn, there's too many goddamn adjectives. Guided by the spirit of each individual particular participant in the community. That tells me fucking nothing.
So Ghost says that the 4chan board poll is basically Nazi LARPers, while half of the board is black and the other half is federal agents.
You're not wrong, dude. Like, honestly, look, if our podcast, it probably has been flagged at some point.
We're banned in North Korea once.
Yeah, so for sure we've been flagged for something. We've been banned by the government, bro. That's so cool to say. But it's crazy to think like, yeah, like if you're stupid. Here's the thing: if you're stupid enough to like, look, don't be paranoid and be like, the government's listening to me, unless you're a criminal. Like, unless you have something to hide. Like I said, the government only kills people who are important, right? So, like, they're not going to go and, like, take out some LARPing team, which is why I was, like, so surprised. I was like, what? How do you fuck that up? That's just bad intelligence. And then I was like, what? They killed Shia LaBeouf as a Nazi? I never knew that. But
He did go crazy for a little bit.
he did. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, man. Like, if you're a bad guy, don't put it on the internet. Like, that's why the mafia and the mob still do those face to faces, bro. Like, they know better. Like, and also like, everyone's like, oh, they're listening into the microphone on my phone. Like, yeah, leave your phone outside, have a conversation, and like have the money exchange be in cash. You guys are idiots. Like,
Venmo me.
yeah, Venmo me. It's like a gun emoji and like a needle emoji. Like, thanks for the drugs and the murder. But it's like, look, I'm not a professional criminal. I'm not a career criminal. But probably keep your stuff off an app. Probably keep it offline.
Something that can't be easily tracked.
Yeah, probably follow the whole face-to-face routine, you know? Maybe secret messages and coded notes. Like, those would still be the safest way. And if you're paranoid about being tracked, maybe you are, but as long as you're not killing, like, and murdering, like, you should be good. The government, like, sees the two dudes drinking beer podcast and like, what? Oh, no, they're cool. They're just drunks.
Get a consumer cellular phone as a burner.
Yeah. You'll be fine. Give me all these goddamn ads. Join the newsletter. Join the newsletter.
That's how they make money.
News should be free.
It is.
No, it's not. And actually, nope, not that one. I wanted to talk about this. This is
BattleNet.
I'm a nerd. This is something I've had on the notes for a long time,
What is it?
and I'm finally getting around to it.
Wow.
I don't like the term news media because media in the definition implies entertainment. And I'll look this up live right now. So we'll go media.
He's fact checking himself.
Fact checking myself. The main means of mass communication, broadcasting, publishing, and internet regarding collectively.
Those are in parentheses.
Yeah. Plural form of media.
This is media.
An intermediate layer in the wall of a blood vessel or lymphatic vessel. Probably not the one I'm looking for.
No. You're looking for the first one.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Media.
you don't like the term news media.
I don't like the term news media.
Why?
The means of mass communication. Media is media. Everything follows under the category of media. And when you say something like news media, it's news mass communication. But at the same time, under that can fall propaganda or advertising. Because if you are watching TNT one night and all of a sudden, or let's say we're watching the UFC fight and then a commercial comes on for P3 or Modelo, which it always does, that's still mass communicating something.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's entertainment or not. SXE Phil for your news. I actually watch Philip DeFranco every day after we finish this podcast, by the way.
That's true. He does.
So that's where I'm at. But what I wanted to propose was that it didn't click today. I need the things. Anyway.
It's on a separate one.
I know. It's been a lot better. All I'm saying.
It's been non-existent.
Really,
to call it news media is redundant.
It should either be called news or media. And I think it can only be called news if you remove any sort of biases, which most medias have, which is why I'm saying, like, it shouldn't... I don't like the news media because it's like entertainment news, but it's political or whatever. I think the closest thing we have is like C-SPAN and NPR, where it's just someone online being like, well, today this bill was signed and that's boring as shit. So no one wants to watch that. So they get like Hannity or fucking someone else to be like, fuck it, we'll do it live, and like scream and have a personality around it and be like, I'm Republican, I'm Democrat, you can be like me. I think that needs to go away. I really do. I think it needs to be...
And no one would watch it.
Exactly. But fuck that. Because I think it should be... I think news should be its own category. There should be media, and then there should be news. It should be unbiased. I think the news should be unbiased. And the fact that you couple news and media together...
Well, the news is a form of media.
Sure. But that's what I'm saying. I think...
Media is the umbrella term, and then everything else falls underneath it.
Sure. But, like... Media is also like SpongeBob, right?
Yeah.
So like we mass communicate SpongeBob.
Yeah.
But there's also like you could watch a TV show like we watch One Piece, right? Mm-hmm. We walk away like feeling something and thinking something and believing something after that, right? We're like, no.
I watch it to watch it.
But people like kids who are like influential, right? They'll be like, yeah, friends are everything, or like they walk away with those morals of the story.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
That's taken away. That's media. That could be easily like some sort of like...
That specifically isn't media. Media is what they're watching to get. What rubs off on them isn't media.
What rubs off on us is Uncle Sam. Take it, you dirty whore. What do you... Explain that?
Well, what's the definition of media again? Because media is the umbrella term to describe everything that mass communicates information.
The next thing I want to look up is news. I'll read the... Deef. Media. The main means of mass communication, broadcasting, publishing, and the internet regarding collectivity. The demands were publicized by the media.
Okay, so media is the catch-all umbrella term to describe anything that conveys information, whether it be in substantial or not substantial ways. So SpongeBob falls under media because it portrays and gives information, whether it be useful or not. The news falls under media because it gives information, whether it be helpful or not. It's just a different form and type of media.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I think news should be its own category. Is what I'm saying.
It is. It's news. It's
then why do people say news media?
Because people are fucking stupid and don't know English. It's like saying metal. I listen to metal. If I really wanted to tell people, I listen to metal. But no, I go to the underneath the umbrella. I go to the subgenres. I listen to death metal, metalcore. Really, I could just say I listen to metal.
Okay, I think this
or I listen to hard rock.
I think this first sentence, granted, I'm taking this off of Wikipedia right now. I typed in news media.
Wikipedia is a reliable source.
I think so too. I typed in news media. It says the news media or news industry are forms of mass media that focus on delivering news to the general public or a target public. This word right here, these last two words, target public, is what...
Well, every form of media has a demographic.
Sure, SpongeBob.
What's the main
kids.
audience? Exactly.
But there's something to be taken away, right? And it could be propaganda. It could be a moral. It could be a lesson. Like the same way you read a book and learn something. Like it's granted. I'm saying it's everywhere.
I can't read.
But for people who can, they read a book and they're like, that's a great book. I learned about friendship. I learned about being honest. I learned about integrity.
Right.
I learned to not like murder people. Like there's always the moral of the story. Someone takes it away from that. Unless they just do it for entertainment. At which case, that's my point, is they're either watching it to be entertained or watching it to take away something from that.
It's up to the viewer at that point.
Of course. I'm saying it should be like almost like a parental advisory warning, right? For the news.
Well, the news isn't also catered to young people.
It's not.
It's not its demographic.
But it should.
So it wouldn't need that restriction.
But I'm just saying, I think if we took personalities out of news, it'd be more trustworthy, I think. Like, it'd be more, oh, I identify with that, or oh, I identify with that. It'd be more just, this is what happened. And then also, let's talk about, like, why do they mention stuff that happened, like, in San Clemente, and we don't live in San Clemente? What do we learn? What do we gain by learning the tragedies in San Clemente? That feels like propaganda to scare.
Just like an hour away.
Sure, but that feels like the. When I was over at my sister's house, her husband got a text message about a drive-by shooting on the street we were on. That's something we should know.
Right.
That's like, if you go outside, there's active gang members outside right now in LA. Don't go outside. Cool.
So now working in asset protection, we're notified if someone hit a store that's in Simi Valley, which is pretty fucking far away from Camarillo.
But close enough. I'm talking about, like, what
We're
if someone was
also
like,
notified if people get hit in Goleta, which is way north past Santa Barbara.
okay, and that's what I'm saying. There should be a range, right? Like, because at a certain point, it is called local news. It's not international news. Not everything is international news.
Well, yeah, there is a local news channel and there is the international news channels.
But the local news channel will cover something from South California all the way down
yeah, it's all
to San
Southern
Diego, and
California.
we get the weather from San Diego. We get the weather from
They
Sacramento.
still give you your local weather.
Sure, but it's not a local news channel. It's not local. It's massed. It should be more localized.
You know how much money that would cost to run everything independently based on each city
Every city,
or just county?
every city has local programming already.
Yeah, but you'd have
It's funded
you'd have
already.
to add it.
It's already there. It's just
Then
not
why don't-
popularized
Then why don't they just do it?
because it doesn't have viewership. Because they don't have
There you go.
they don't have money for personalities, which make it more entertaining.
So then it's pointless. No one's gonna watch it. Doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying. I understand all what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying. I'm saying that's not cool. That should change. I understand this is a dead end conversation, but
Sign
it's
a
like,
bill.
yeah, but
Join politics.
that's just an observation I've noticed. I gotta
I get it.
real bad.
I
I'm
gotta
gonna take a
I
swig.
gotta take a dump. I'm getting all gassy. My tummy's hurting.
Let me pee first.
Oh, of course, that's faster. Leaving me to entertain the people.
Do you think?
I'm gonna try my best.
A lot of yellow confetti.
I see a lot of blue.
Wait till you stand up.
Don't let it leave the room. He let it leave the fucking room. All right, guys, what's up? Oh, that's the wrong one. Hi, I'm here to entertain you. This isn't the best option. I'm usually the showrunner, and he talks. How's everyone doing today? I'm doing good. We're actually about to go to San Diego this weekend. So we're going to be gone again, but we'll be back on Monday. Not too bad. That's good. I like to hear that. I like to hear everyone doing well. It's weird wearing a tank top. You guys can see my armpits. Gotta be aware. Gotta be conscious of that. Yeah, we hate him too. Oh shit, he came back. Be cool, be cool.
What?
Don't worry about it.
You said, "Oh shit."
Yeah, be cool. Not to you, to the chat.
Oh. What are you hiding?
Nothing. I got nothing to hide. Honesty is my number one policy.
Sure it is. I'm not going to watch this podcast, so it doesn't matter. You got away with it. Congratulations.
I don't watch them at all. I didn't even say
All right,
anything.
where were we?
Umbrella terms. Personalities.
Personality. I'm just glad I got that off the list finally. All I'm saying is there should be stricter guidelines to what's considered news and what's considered news media. If you wanted to separate those to where it's like one is news, it's just factual, and the other guy's like, they killed babies, and I'm not cool with killing babies because I'm Republican. Granted, I think Republicans and Democrats can both agree killing babies is not chill. That's kind of the point there.
I disagree.
Killing babies is chill.
I hate babies.
But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there should be a news and a news media.
They're both the same thing, though, because they fall under the umbrella term.
I know, but that's what I'm saying is, like, the umbrella should be a fucking more narrow band.
The news media is redundant. People wouldn't watch them. They enjoy the circus. So my dad flips in between CNN and Fox News.
And that's where the feeling for me comes from is, like, I feel like people who are dependent on, like, their personalities and their identities based on their news channels they watch, that's kind of a problem because, like, that's what makes up who they are, and, like, that immediately gets in the way of communicating news.
Well, people like associating with things that are similar to their likes.
Mm-hmm. Like the Two Dudes Drinking Beer podcast.
You're all alcoholics. Like, you're all fucking dumb.
But we're dumb too. We attract the energy we bring. Give us money. No, I'm kidding.
I bring the fucking not being able to read aspect. You just bring the dumb aspect.
So you're saying you can't read and I'm the stupid one? Okay, that's cool.
I'm
That's
still smarter
fair.
than you. I know that Africa is a fucking continent.
I was joking
And where
around.
the rivers are.
Okay, it went through like 3 other countries. Like, big deal.
Also knew what a Suez Canal is, and that Egypt is in Africa.
All right, the world is flat. Mostly flat. There's a lot of uninhabited flat places.
Sure, yes. People should do the news while drunk would spice things up.
Oh, that'd be... We could be the news while drunk.
We talk about current events first.
Yeah. We don't really do too much current events unless it's just like...
Our current events, because we do this at the beginning of the week, usually come on fucking Thursdays. And
yeah.
then we talk about them on Mondays.
But only a little bit. Like, it's not like we dedicate the whole hour or whatever to it. Oh my god, the hour's not even fucking gone by. It's so fast.
Yeah.
We were also told to wait for the Australians again. Or Scots
They
again.
didn't show up.
They didn't show up, though, because they wanted to teach us about cryptocurrencies today, right?
Well, that was the guy from the raid. He's not here.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think.
He
War
wanted to be
frames.
here. But it's all good.
Or fighters.
Yeah, the fighters. I was going to look up Dole, too. This is why I take notes.
Learn us something about Dole while I force poo out of my butthole.
Wow.
Hashtag subscribe.
Dole markets such food. Huh? I told you there's a lot of yellow, huh? Dole markets such food items as... They need a spell check. That doesn't make any sense. Dole markets sell food items such as bananas, pineapples, grapes, strawberries, salads, and other fresh and frozen fruits and juices. Dole owns a shipping line, Dole Ocean Cargo Express. Dole's chairman founded the Dole Nutrition Institute, a nutritional research and education foundation. That's what you get on Google. Hang on. I heard this from my friend who's like, grandma works for Dole. How much land does Dole own? Because they basically just buy up a bunch of land. Dole has 124,000 acres worldwide, according to its prospects. Dole is the largest fresh fruit and vegetable company. Basically, I'm not trying to say Dole's bad, but my friend knew his grandma worked for Dole, and they worked out like business plans and stuff, I guess. She was behind like the buying of a lot of land. And every now and then he'd tell me like, yeah, we just bought out like this family farm, and it's like we're gonna make, because they're Dole, they have the money and the resources to turn the farm that they bought into something that can make $5 million a year, whereas the farm prior to it only made $500,000 a year, because just money and resources, and they just kind of grew exponentially. Granted, the productivity is what makes them able to make these fruits and vegetables for so cheap, but it's another one of those things, like they buy up a bunch of like family farms and shit, and like they drive them out of business. It's like how some like gas stations and oil companies will like drop their prices because they can do it, because they can afford it, because they have so much oil and so much gasoline or whatever. Dole's basically the company who's like, we have so many fruits and vegetables and so much land that we can drop our prices to where like these neighboring mom and pop farms or family owned farms, can't compete, and they've been doing that.
But that's just capitalism.
I know. Yeah, I can't find shit on it online. I don't think I'd be able to find it on the first page of Google, but that's what my friend told me. And Dole, look, I mean, they got so many brands. They got the Fresh Fruit Company, Fresh Vegetables, Bud Antley, Dole Thailand, Dole Korea, and they're all over the world.
Yeah, people got to eat bananas.
I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying.
Pineapples.
My friend broke it down for me one day, like how much Dole owned and like how much they're like planning to buy, and like it's for sure. I was right. They're for sure the biggest company in fruits and vegetables, but it's crazy. See, I don't know what this chart says, but it says Dole Foods of Canada Ltd. Canada, 100%. So I wonder what that 100%. Oh, there it is. Here it is. Percent of outstanding voting securities owned as of December 31st, 2011.
That's a financial statement. That's fucking even. I don't know how to interpret that.
Neither do I, but
I took accounting classes.
hang on. Registrants' consolidated subsidiaries are shown below together with the percentage of voting securities owned and the state or jurisdiction of organization of each subsidiary. The names have been omitted for subsidiaries which is considered in the aggregate as a single subsidiary do not constitute a significant subsidiary. So basically,
a security is a financial instrument, typically any financial asset that can be traded.
So basically, Costa Rica, Ecuador, California, Peru, Delaware, Australia, Chile, California twice, I guess. Oh, it's a fried nut company instead of fresh fruit.
Basically, all those different companies in all those different countries or states are owned by Dole.
Yeah. 100% of them are owned by Dole.
Well, there's one that said like 64.
Fair enough. But Dole to own 100% in California and nuts and
just those
veggies.
companies.
Sure.
So whatever those companies produce.
I'm not going to be able to find anything that I was talking about on Google because they probably pay a ton of money to get good videos out there. And again, I'm not trying to like shit on Dole. I'm just trying to say like...
We eat your fruit.
Huh?
We eat your fruit.
We eat your fruit. And like, it's just, there's just a lot.
Dole's just the tip of the iceberg. Coca-Cola, Walmart, and Nestle are much worse conglomerates in the food sector.
Here's the thing for me. I've always heard Walmart was good because it's the only thing we actually have in the ring against China. Because I know Walmart is huge. Target's not nearly as big as Walmart.
Or better.
Which is crazy because Walmart is like probably got to be a Midwest thing. Like that's as American as it gets.
We got one in Oxnard.
But how often do you go to Walmart? Like,
I'm afraid to go to Walmart.
Like people out here don't go to Walmart.
When I was poor, I went to Walmart.
Okay.
When I lived in North Hollywood.
For sure. But like, Coca-Cola was accused of hiring hitmen from the What?
Unions are bad.
That doesn't surprise me at all that there's like, it's not extrajudicial killings. It's, I guess, state sanctioned killings.
Extraterrestrial.
No. It doesn't surprise me at all, but like, that's probably where the government gets involved, right? To where it's like the government's like, yo, maybe we shouldn't let this band of yahoos get enough sauce in the cup to where they think that they're like fuckwittable, you know? Anyway. But yeah, the only thing I've ever heard good things about was Walmart, but that's again because it's the only competitor America has against China, and it's still like, here, let's just check it out. Walmart
What does China have?
versus China. Alibaba.
I always thought that was like Arabic.
No, it sounds kind of Arabic, but it's not.
That's just like their Amazon. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely is their Amazon. But okay, so like Walmart has a bunch of brands. Like,
Great value.
if you guys see
Is their
Adam,
store brand.
have you guys ever seen the TV show Adam Ruins Everything? No.
Yes.
How? What a coincidence.
Neither have I.
I'm like actually talking to them like they're there. That's crazy. Like well, granted,
You're getting into it.
I am, but Walmart basically owns their own sunglasses department, and Oakley is owned by one company. I forget the name of the company, but it's owned by one company. As Josh looks that up, it's also the same company that owns Oakley is the same owner.
Luxottica Group SPA. They own Sunglass Hut, Lens Crafters, Oakley, Maui Gym,
Ray-Bans.
Safleo Group, Pearl Vision.
They own everything. Now look up Walmart Vision brands or whatever.
Gotta go to their Vision Center.
It's just Walmart, basically. They're the only ones who haven't sold out to the Luxottica or whatever. And believe it or not, that's all we have competing with China. Walmart is the biggest United States company that has never sold out to a conglomerate. Walmart has just become the conglomerate of the United States. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they treat their employees like shit.
I don't know from that. I don't know from this. I know that working at McDonald's, working at Panda, working at Pizza Rev, you're going to get treated like shit anyway. Like, sometimes you just have shitty employees, shitty bosses.
A corporate McDonald's would be a lot better than the franchise McDonald's.
And that's the issue. I've never worked really... The first place I worked for that's corporate is Levity Live, Copper Blues, and I love it. It's the best.
I love Target.
Working for a corporation is the fucking best. You want to know why? Because they legally have to give a shit.
Yeah.
Franchises try to cut corners. I've never worked at a franchise that didn't try to cut corners. Fuck that, dude. Fuck that.
Yeah,
You're a
agree.
terrible person. Don't cut corners.
It's because that's coming out of someone else's pocket, not like a company bank account.
Well, it's usually coming out of the manager's bonus.
Someone's pocket.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's not like we're losing money. It's just that the manager has the incentive to be a douche to get more money. So that's why the managers are more angry, more confrontational, combative, XYZ, whatever word you want to put into that.
Mm-hmm.
The managers are lower quality because they go, hey, I can get more money if I do this. Which leads me to my next point.
Oh, I'm good at segues. I don't even know what you want to talk about.
No, you didn't.
I'm just fucking reading your mind.
But I'm capitalizing on it. We're vibing. We're vibing right now. An hour and a half in.
13.
And sorry for resetting. This is a good beer.
We'll figure it out.
Feeling that slaps. Here's what I wrote down. I feel like income tax is just a tax for people who are greedy. Rich people get taxed and they say, and they get to see, you get to see how much you get taxed on your income sheet. And they see how much taxes come out. When I get taxed, I see about $100, $200, maybe $300, depending on how much I make.
It's a percentage.
It's a percentage, but like the more you make, the more gets taken out.
That's how percentages work. They're ratios. Yes.
Case in point. Rich people make a ton of money. They'll make $1 million and they'll say the government takes $150,000 and they're like, what the fuck? That $150,000 belongs to me. I want that $150,000. So they make more money and their goal is to make $150,000 more than they did last year. And then when they do, more money gets taken out of those taxes. So I was saying, income tax is realistically just a tax on the greedy. People who say, I want more, so they go make more, get taxed more.
The highest income tax bracket is 37% in the United States.
What does that mean?
So, like, I'm in the 15% tax bracket. It's based on how much money you make. Mm-hmm. The lowest is 10%. It goes 10, 12, 22. This is...
So if you made $1 million, they'd take 37% of that.
Well, $1 million is probably not in the 37% tax bracket. But
what's in the 37% tax bracket? But also, I heard that when you hit those brackets, you also hit all those lower brackets.
It's one flat.
That's not what my H&R accountant told me last year.
If you make $518,000 plus a year single, you're getting taxed 37% of that. It's not 37, 35, 32, 24. It's you're in this new fucking ring. That's your weight class. It's your division.
How can we? There's the video explaining this that talks about how.
Because if I make $9,000 to $40,000, I'm not getting taxed 22%. I'm getting taxed 12%. That'd be fucking ridiculous. Because that 37. What's okay? So
this is the video. Can you play this video?
No.
Ameritrade. So look up, there's a video on YouTube called How Do Tax Brackets Actually Work by TD Ameritrade. This is the video I saw. And then
if you were taxed in all the brackets below you, that's 172%.
Burn.
So I don't think that's how it works.
There's also another one by Vox. It's How Do Tax Brackets Actually Work. If you Google explain tax brackets, Vox and TD Ameritrade are both the videos I'm talking of. And in both videos, I'm certain the Vox video says that if you make this amount of money, you get taxed this percentage as you go up.
How? I mean,
we can't play. You don't want to play the video though, so we can't.
So there's a range basically. $0 to $9,800 is 10%. You get taxed for 10% of whatever the fuck you make, up until $9,875. As soon as you hit $9,876, you're getting 12%, all the way up until $40,000.
I wish you had a MacBook so you could airdrop me that website. What's the website?
Literally just post it in the chat.
Go do that then. Oh shit! I'll post the videos in the chat.
Those are our sources.
These are our sources. That's Josh's. I'm McMatt, by the way.
Yeah, he doesn't like to go by Alec.
You can call me Alec or Matt or Dickface or Hey You. Anything really works.
So it's a range. That's why people don't like it, because if you make $40,000 or $85,000, no matter
you
what,
still get taxed the same amount.
You're getting 22% of that taken out.
Mm-hmm. But that's the thing is like, that's what I'm saying is like it incentivizes you. If you make 44,000, what was it?
44.
22.
You're still in 22.
If you made $40,000, then you're getting more taken out than if you were to make 85,000. Well,
it's the same. Okay. It's literally the same. It's a ratio. It's the same amount of money.
Okay, but wouldn't you walk away with more money if you made $85,000 a year, or would it still cut you at the same place?
It's not the same amount taken out, but you'd still have the same at the end of the day because it's just a ratio of your total wealth.
Let me just do some math real quick.
Yes, the number would be higher.
I'm gonna say 40,000.
Because you don't even need to do math. 40,000 is less than 80,000, right?
Mm-hmm. Minus 22%.
Sure.
So they take $8,000.
Yeah.
Can I round up to 9 just because it's 8,800?
It's 8,900.
8,900. I'll round up to that.
That's how they do it, taxes.
And then this is 85, 5,8.
85,525.
85,525. Thank you, Josh. Minus 22%. It was 18,000. So if you have 85,525 minus 18,000, you still walk away with 27,000 extra dollars. So you're incentivized to earn more in the bracket.
Yeah, but you pay more taxes. It's all ratios.
It's a trap.
It's all the same. Really.
That's what I'm saying. It's a trap. You work harder to get taxed more. And then if you break the next bracket, you lose more. And I've experienced this too. I worked overtime at Panda Express and Copper Blues quite a bit. And eventually I got into that next tax bracket. I think it was like the
These are the tax brackets for 2020. So
no, I always stayed in the 12%, or I would have been in the 22% tax bracket if I was still working there. But regardless, my tax rep that I saw at H&R Block was like, don't make more than this amount of money, because if you do, the amount that you get taxed is going to be out anyway, and all you do is work more overtime. That's why they said overtime is bad. Overtime is bad for the company and for the worker, because it gets taxed differently. Now, I'll look that up.
I believe overtime is taxed more.
But taxes on overtime are not different from the taxes on regular wages. You can calculate and withhold taxes the same way you do for regular wages. In fact, you will withhold taxes from the combined total of overtime and regular wage. But I was told from people I worked with at Panda Express and people I worked with at Copper Blues that the more overtime you work, that the more they end up taking away. So it's like you work more for less money. So I'll be honest, I'm confused on that. I don't know how that works, but I've been told by different people in different careers that, like, hey, at a certain point, you need to be like, I need a sick day, or I need this, or I need that, because that benefits you way more than the overtime does.
You could also get married to be in a lower or lesser tax bracket.
Well, how does that
look
work?
at the 10% one. So if you're single, it's $0 to $9,800, or if you file together, it's $0 to
it's a
20,000.
huge range.
But that's two incomes.
Yeah, totally.
So basically,
but that means you could each make if you're married,
your partner.
If you're married, you can make the top end. Look, you could make exactly the top end of that wage
of the
single
of the 22.
And still be
12.
Yeah, there's a huge benefit of being married with taxes, bro. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Fuck. You guys could each make 40 grand and still be taxed only 12%.
Get married, people.
Wow.
Cheat on your taxes.
Fuck.
Well, it's not cheating. It's
legal, but it's
legal loophole.
But it's certainly incentivized to get married. So you save that much money on your taxes. What the fuck?
Yeah. You just have to know how much you're going to make at the end of the year.
What the fuck? That's so much. Bro.
Yeah. Did I just open up your fucking world?
I need to get married.
You don't have a job, sir.
No. Someone needs to marry me.
Fucking, you're going to be in the 10% bracket. They'll be in the 12% bracket.
Does that drag me up or drag them down? Right? It's like
if you file jointly,
it's got to be a weird halfway kind of situation.
If it's jointly, add your incomes together. If you're filing separately, which some people still do because there may still be benefits.
But that's what I'm saying. You could be single and earn $40,000 a year in the 12% bracket. Or
get married, earn the same amount of money for both of you.
And now you each have 80 grand together, but only get taxed 12%.
Yeah.
So marriage is just a business decision.
Oh, we got fucking Plant Daddy.
Hey.
Huge paragraph.
Wow, let's read it. What up, Plant Daddy? How you doing? How's Sasha? I'm gonna ask you every time I see you because I love your fucking dog, bro. Sasha.
Difference comes when you enter into the wage margin that it's higher, which throws you into a higher tax bracket. It's not so much OT is bad. OT. Fuck you, become famous, you goddamn bot. It's not so much OT is bad. OT becomes bad when you're making a certain amount a week that keeps you in a specific tax bracket. Then you work OT and the tax jump ends up taking so much out of your check. They end up making less than you would on a normal week. So
that's what I was told.
Who work a certain amount of hours per week will do OT, but only enough that will keep you lower in that margin.
That's what I was told because I was doing a lot of OT at one point, and they're like, bro, at a certain point, it only hurts you. financially because they take out more. Because it puts me in that tax bracket, and it's like I'm working all this overtime to get more money taken out at a certain point.
At a loss.
Because at one point I passed a certain bracket, and they're taking more money out, and it's like I made that money, but only because of all the so much overtime. That's the thing they don't teach you too. Like that's how you should negotiate fucking wages.
Watch two dudes drink beer to learn about taxes.
Well, not just taxes, but like how to negotiate like how much you get paid for a job, man. Like if you're contractually obligated, you should go in knowing all these things. And people don't. Granted, you probably learned a little bit of this in real college. I haven't learned dick about this until someone eventually came up and told me, like, "Hey, stop working so hard."
I haven't
because
learned tax brackets at all.
I haven't.
I haven't.
Oh,
When you're married, though, the benefit comes during tax time, not necessarily on your weekly. Yeah, it's all just totals.
sure, but it comes back to you, which is the tax return that you. So you're probably getting a fucking fatter stack.
Your
with
tax return only depends on how much. Okay, so you're expected to pay a certain amount based on your last year's
sleepy bean.
based on your last year's wages.
Yeah.
So everything is expected on your last year. So if you made $20,000, you're expected to pay X amount in taxes. And if you go over that, that's your refund. So it's not like
That's what I'm saying. So like if you even just fucking get the tip in of the 22%. So if I made $40,127, I would get taxed on 22% of that.
Yeah, for that year, yes.
So even though I only made $1 getting me into that bracket, they now take a 22% of my entire income.
Yeah, everything resets after the year ends or the tax year ends.
So that's what I'm saying is like that's why it sucks, because as soon as you cross that threshold, whether it's this much or this much, it's going to take 22% out. But that's why you're incentivized. So now if you want to make good money, you have to make from 22%, you have to go from $80,000 a year to $171,000 a year to make the same amount.
Yeah, and as Plain Daddy says, children kind of throw a wrench in it too.
Yes, but you also have to account for who is ahead in the household, who is the majority income earner, the breadwinner. The different categories, it's way deeper than what's being explained. And that's with and without children. I guess. You're right, dude. It gets so complicated. But here's the thing, it could be made easy, but it's like people who know math and shit
Know it.
They know it. They're like, no, fuck that. This is how we make money as the United States. Fuck them. Fuck them kids.
Here's just two dudes fucking calculating this. It's like, let's get married and make X amount.
Yeah. And get only taxed on 12%. That's a fucking steal. You're saving 10% tax. So when you get married effectively, you earn what you earn and you save a 10% tax by being married.
But it also depends on that last column, the head of household as well.
Fuck them kids. For sure. Fuck them kids. Barden, 2024. Let's go.
You're not old enough to run for president.
I know, you need to be 35. But when I am, I'm running. So vote for me. Yeah, 2019.
Taxes are stupid.
Taxes are fucked up. But here's the thing. It's like one of those video games who's like, there's always that one person who's a tryhard. People who know business and accounting and math know and understand taxes, and it makes sense to them. But for the general public, they're like, this is not fucking fun. This makes no sense. I don't like this. This is dumb. Plant Daddy, if you know anything about the partner, would you be opposed to hopping on and letting us know? Because I feel like I've heard that before, and it seems like you are way more knowledgeable than either of us on that category. Yeah, organized society. It is a big scam. It's all fucking the government. It's like playing the house, right? Like you go to a casino, and the casino's like minimum bet $5, but you lose all your money. It's the same thing, except for on an international scale, a federal scale for the government. They're like, you're betting against the House, and you will always fucking lose.
Mm-hmm.
It works well if both people make close to the same amount, but if you're in a large weekend company.
No worries, plant.
Okay, it's all good. Well, thanks for being here while you're in class. Shout out to Plant Daddy. How do you feel? I'll write a note. I want to talk about this. We'll talk about it next stream Monday because I know you're free Mondays.
Taxes.
Plant Daddy, tax brackets, call. Cool. All right. Well, I got a reminder set. If you know anything, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, man, because it seems like you definitely know something about the. I'll also go ahead and write down the marriage clause or whatever it is. Marriage income stuff. Not the most professional notes I've ever taken, but
Just taxes.
taxes. If you got something to say, I'd love to hear what you have to say and be educated on what your experience is. I of course don't know if you're married or whatever, but it sounds like you know a good deal about
A real adult.
the kids and the marriage and being a real adult. And maybe you can illuminate me and my boy Josh here, or maybe you can illuminate all the viewers, and that would still be a victory for all of us.
Yes. Because taxes are hard, and everyone complains that people don't know how taxes work.
And the truth is, I think no one knows how taxes work, and no one's telling anyone how they work.
Well, it's like it's fucking kids. As soon as they turn 18, they're like, I don't know how to pay taxes. I'm like, well, it's done automatically through your employer.
But also like, you don't need to pay taxes as a kid. Like when I was in McDonald's, I was 16. I was like making like 12 grand a year. It was like, here's your return, $198, federal and state combined.
Yeah.
Dope, thanks.
Because you're only expected to pay a certain amount. And whatever you pay extra is what you get back.
All right, I actually cleared a bunch of things on my list.
But all those people who
today.
have jobs and don't pay taxes on it and end up having to pay at the end of the year.
That makes me smart.
No, it doesn't make you smart.
Well, that's what one of the presidents said when he was like, "You avoid taxes," and he goes, "That makes me smart." It's like, no,
You still
it
have to
makes you a
pay.
criminal.
At the end of the year.
Yeah.
Or at the end of the tax season, rather.
Mm-hmm.
So it's in the middle of the fucking spring.
Yeah. Fuck, that's
In
aggravating.
April time.
In April time. Well, those brackets are confusing as fuck.
Yeah, and they change every year.
And they change every year. You know, we want to know why? Because it's probably ran like an insurance company where it's like, oh, we're down this much or we're up this much. We need to adjust it.
Well, it's based on policies passed. Tax plans, what's not.
I'm sure, but like,
Tax cuts.
but they could also pass a policy today about taxing the entire U.S. population 1% and walk away with $1 trillion.
Well, yeah. But that doesn't benefit the little people.
No, it doesn't. But they could still do it and be like, now the United States has $1 trillion. What do we do with this $1 trillion? And that's what I'm saying is like, it's that easy for them to be like,
Put it back
all
in
right,
the military.
probably. That's what I'm saying is like, what you're right. Whatever gets signed into law, whatever gets signed by Biden, it could be signed tomorrow. And they'd be like, a 1% tax hike just for this bill we passed. That's where the money's coming from. Do it. We'll buy another nuclear submarine. They could do that
They could.
because the government goes, you know what? This is what we need. That was a terrible sound.
Confetti.
Confetti. Oh, man. We need to clip that, by the way. The confetti shot was perfect. What do you want to talk about? I've been ranting and raving the entire
I
time.
got all my stuff out.
Someone throw up a topic. We'll go off the topic. I still got like a good quarter of a beer left, and I don't want to sign off before I finish it.
I mean, I have one thing. It's about how different of content we consume. But it's
Go
more
for
of
it.
just an observation saying, I like how different of content we consume. That's it.
You and me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you like the death metal, and you know what's crazy.
Well, it's just the shit you watch on YouTube. Like,
yeah, Philip
you just
DeFranco.
watch random music videos and like how to do different
I gotta show you.
stuff for stuff. how to route this cable into that. And
You're right.
And I'm watching just like turtles.
Turtles. You're not wrong, man. And here's the thing, like you know what's crazy is like I've seen those videos before, probably 2 or 3 times, and I rewatch them because I want to like relearn it. It's like
You watch practical shit. I don't.
which is funny because I don't feel like I'm as practical as you are. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not practical. How am I practical?
That's true too. You know what I was thinking about when you say
the
different content but same content but
the
different
content
creators?
we watch is completely different.
Well, let me break it down for you like this. Here's how I've been thinking about it. I think you're a more logical brain than I am. I think I'm a more emotional brain than you are. And I try to subsidize my emotion with the logical content, and you try to subsidize your logical content with your logical emotions with emotional content. That being said,
Thanks, Wasabi.
what up, Wasabi?
You're late.
You're so fucking late. But at the end of the day, you can understand the world logically or emotionally. Either way, there's lessons to be learned in both. Like there's still like the highest form of logical understanding, and there's still the highest form of emotional understanding that you can reach. And it could still help you survive and live in a world full of logical and emotional thinkers and feelers, I guess. But like at the end of the day, people are going to just be different, and you need to understand the difference of people and then find that medium between them.
Plain Daddy, if you were to flip those two, you got it right. I watch the TikTok compilations. He watches the How Does This Work?
I'm absolutely the How Does This Work compilation. And that's what I'm saying, right? Because like I think that's a fair assumption. Like you look at me and you like, oh, like he thinks like this. But the truth is, I don't think like that. I'm interested by thoughts like that because I go, what the fuck? I don't understand this. How does this work? And Josh goes, I'm happy with numbers. Let's watch something stupid and mindless.
Heh, monkey brain.
Yeah, he's haha monkey brain. And I'm like, I want to understand the world in a sentence. Like I want to fucking get it, you know. But but at the same time, you're right.
That's different content, though.
It's all good. But at the same time, like what I'm saying is like, I can understand the world 100% of how I interpret it. You can understand the world 100% of how you interpret it. And when we listen to like death metal in your car or hip hop in my car, it's one of those things like for me it's like more in the background now until it's like something new like pirate metal, and I'm like, what are you fucking doing? And then
You got mad at me for the longest time for listening to that.
but I'm over it now, right? It's just
Now.
it's in the background now. It's over.
Alec is watching as my autism leading to dementia.
Yeah. That's my most Googled answer. My most Googled question. But yeah, it's yeah, I mean, like you said, keep saying it's the same content, just different creators. It's like how we interpret the world is kind of what makes this bye. That's what makes us interpret the world differently, and that's what makes us who we are from what we see, what we experience, and what we think and feel. And those are different things. And it's okay, but at the end of the day, like the important thing is that we survive and learn to coexist with the surrounding stimuli. Drops mics, walk away.
Everything on TikTok is
That's
making us dumber.
But that's a good question too, right? Like, you got to understand, we don't have control over what other content people make. So it's like, at a certain point, we can only be held responsible for so much of the consumption. Because sometimes the content, like when I was looking for like headphone amps and stuff, I typed in that long ass sentence in Google, and you're like, why would you ask Google that? And I was like, I don't know, maybe someone else typed it in. No one else in the world typed in that exact sentence apparently, and I couldn't find what I was looking for.
The more words you add, the less likely.
But at the same time, it's like that content was never made for me or for you. So it's like, am I responsible for making that content and thinking that question?
Yes.
Exactly. So it's like you have to be yourself and put out into the world what you want to receive.
the content we consume daily and we keep going back to it is because we get that fucking brain chemical response that gives us the happy pill for the day. And it's like, okay, well, cool, I like this. We're being trained.
Realistically, but
Like
it's
those
like
fucking giant kids in One Piece right now. They're being trained at the same time. Go on your phone, get the happy pill,
and then when you have
watch
withdrawals,
the dog do spins.
and then when you have withdrawals, you're angry and nothing makes sense, and all you want to do is destroy and eat your candy.
And then you go back on fucking TikTok. You go back on Instagram, see some ass, see some animals.
And you know what we just become with this podcast? Drug dealers.
I don't think anyone watches us and gets happy.
I like to think so. And that's the thing. Like,
You watch
that's
us
just
and
where
get
we're
depressed.
different. You watch us and get depressed.
Leave my dog Zoomies out of this.
She's a sleep potato. Here's the thing, though. Like, even when I watch Bo Burnham, right? And I feel sad and I cry because I'm like, you're so smart and so funny and so wise. Even when I do that, I agree with the content. So I would like to think that they at least agree with the content. That even if they don't feel happy, they're like, oh shit, someone else says this thing or thinks this thing that I think in the world. And that's rare enough. Our colors are flipped too, by the way. Have you noticed? Oh no, they're not. They're the same. Just kidding. Tripping out.
Fucking next episode, we're gonna have IVs set up in mainline alcohol.
Speak for yourself. I've had my pants off this whole time. That's what I'm saying. I like to think that they enjoy our presence.
They've been here for so long.
Yeah, especially because they're fucking regulars, like literally day ones. You can always go the pragmatic way and inject stuff into your veins. Of course.
We're gonna mainline beer next show.
Do I think I'll get dementia or schizophrenia?
Schizophrenia.
Let me tell you something. If I do get anything, it will be schizophrenia.
Well, I think you're schizophrenic now.
If I do get anything, it will be schizophrenia, and here's why. The cause will be because I do some sort of psychotropic drug, or I just do way too much marijuana or something that focuses my head to where I'm like, the voices I hear and the feelings I feel are real, and I'm God. I really think that's the most likely thing, which is why I don't do acid or like psychotropic drugs. But I've also got this theory in my head. It's called the amnesia theory. And I thought about this when I was working at McDonald's. I was like, why do we think of, like, when I think of McDonald's, I'm like, I fucking hated working at McDonald's, right?
I liked it.
Sure. I was like, every customer I have that's an asshole, I remember. I never remember the good ones. I remember one good customer. That's because it's being yourself. One day, shroom stream, shit, on the Joe Rogan podcast. We'll drop shrooms with Joe Rogan, and we'll fucking get weird as fuck.
A 7-hour show.
Someone's got to have the title for longest running show.
2 hours is just us being silent.
I probably would. But basically, the amnesia theory is that when you die, you can't remember anything. So why do you remember anything in the first place? It's a dilemma, right? It's like, if I remember that we've done the podcast, I remember that we had the couch last season for basically all the seasons until we got the table. I remember things, but when you die, you don't remember anything. So why do we remember anything right now at all? And I think to myself, like, it should all be a blur, because if I woke up with amnesia in the hospital, I was like, Windows startup sound. And Josh was by my bed being like, dude, I can't believe you survived that accident. I'd be like, who are you? And it's weird because I know how to talk, but I wouldn't know who he is.
That's goals for me.
Amnesia theory. It's like, why do I remember what I remember? And where does it all lead? Because if I'm going to die, it all leads nowhere. If you don't believe in God, if you don't believe in a past life, then memory is pointless. You might as well fucking do nothing. Like you might as well literally do nothing your whole life. Just forget about it, because that's what it will be. It will be forgotten. But you remember certain things. And in amnesia, memories can come back to you. Where if Josh came to the bedside every day and I had a terrible car accident where I lost my memory, I'd be like, oh yeah, you're Josh. We have a podcast together? And you'd be like,
just the plot of 50 First Dates.
The point being is amnesia is a real thing. Yes. Death is a real thing.
Yes.
Memory is a real thing.
Sure.
These should all affect each other. So we should either all remember everything because we remember stuff in the past life, or we should all forget everything because we forget everything in the past life, or there is no past life and it's all black. Either way, you will die and have an experience and an interaction with your past memories. Do you remember all your past memories when you die? Do you forget all your past memories when you die? Is there a point of anything? Is there life? Is there not? And then the memories are like the key to it. Like, why remember anything if it all goes black? Why not have be as unconscious as an animal in the wild, just feeding, fucking, and living? Why aren't humans just surviving the same way animals in the wild are? Because that's what we would be. We'd be alive and then we'd be dead. But for some reason, we remember stuff and we're like, you know what? Maybe there is an afterlife. And could you imagine going to an afterlife without remembering shit?
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Exactly. But still, you're still here. You're still this moment, the next moment.
So maybe I'm just like the embodiment of that, because I barely fucking remember yesterday.
Maybe.
I am God. About it.
I think that means
I am God.
I think that makes you the animal I'm speaking of and not the God I'm speaking of.
That fucking raccoon on my screen is God to me.
But do you guys feel me on that? Like,
I'll feel you right now.
I would love to try DMT because and here's my dilemma. I have thoughts like that. And if I do DMT or I do acid or I do shrooms and I wake up and I'm like, oh, I saw the face of God. All of this is like, I'm really concerned. I'll wake up and I'll feel like I have the answer to like life itself. And like maybe one of those like, oh, I'll wake up in a coma things. I really feel like I'll be like, oh no, it's all a dream. It's all basically Shutter Island.
Well,
Whoops.
If you were to say I'm living in a dream, that would thus force me to be in a dream, but I'm not in a dream.
I can talk about music theory in just 1 second. What'd you say, Josh?
If you were to say you're living in a dream right now, if you as a person were to say I am dreaming right now, that would mean I'd have to be dreaming.
False.
Why not?
Because you're in my dream.
But I'm a conscious being and you're in my reality.
Have you ever had a dream? It feels so real you don't realize it's a dream until you wake up?
No.
Well, then just listen to my monologue.
So
again.
I can't be a figment of your imagination.
Sure.
Because I am my own person.
Of course.
So I would have to be dreaming to dream you saying you're in a dream.
Sure, but I only experience myself.
Yes.
Where you experience yourself.
I mean, you also experience everyone around you.
Sure, but I am the dreamer in that scenario. I can never experience what your dreams are. Therefore, I will always be the dreamer and not the dreamt. So
you can't be dreaming though because you're real in my scenario.
But you're not. But you might not be real in my scenario. Do you remember we talked about this one time? I was like, Josh, let me ask you a crazy question, and you're like, what? And I was like, am I real? And I know we've had this conversation because that shit's fucking embarrassing to ask somebody. Because I saw some Fight Club shit, and that's why I like Fight Club and The Matrix. I'm like, am I real? Josh, tell me I'm real. And you're like, I don't know.
I mean, you are. You're not a figment of my imagination that I can prove.
But I can't prove you either, so it's a dilemma.
But you can prove me.
How? I was gonna smack your arm and be like physical touch, but that wouldn't prove it because essentially your brain hallucinates everything. I watched a TED Talk on this. I know TED Talks might not be real now, but
On this episode, Alec has a mental breakdown.
You have no idea how deep this goes for me. I'm pretty much psychotic, except for I've never been committed because I've never gone to a therapist. I've gone to a therapist when I was like 4, and she's like, if you talk about killing yourself or others, I have to tell somebody. And I was like, well, I'm not going to tell you what I really think then. Cheers.
I don't think you can be dreaming if I would have to be dreaming for you to be dreaming.
But real quick, the
because
real...
if I'm dreaming, that means I'm the overlord of my world. Mm-hmm. And so everything you would say can't be factual because I would make it up.
It could be factual, but it's yourself trying to convince yourself what is factual.
But I'm not saying I'm dreaming. And if you were to say you're dreaming, that's false. Because
you don't know that.
I'm not in a dream.
You don't know that.
I know for a fact I'm not dreaming.
You don't know that.
I do know that.
Fair enough. But I don't know that I'm not dreaming right now because I constantly am afflicted with the thought of, what if one day I wake up from a coma and this is all just a dream?
Wake up. Why don't you put a little makeup?
And that doesn't help. Because it's one of those things where it's like...
When I get your keys up on the table.
When people tell me, like... I've had people...
You want to.
You want to do. I've had people tell me at parties when I was like really high or really drunk, they're like, Alec, this is a dream. You're in a coma. Please wake up. We miss you.
That's the equivalent of going up to like that fucking the Eric Andre. It's like we went to the retarded kid. Nightmare, 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 nightmare.
And it's really funny for this much of a moment for me.
Oh, wasabi. That's funny forever.
And then for my brain, I go, oh my God, I'm in a goddamn coma.
You're fine.
But that's how my brain works. And I can't turn that fucking thing off.
You can work at it.
I do every goddamn day. That's why I meditate.
Loser.
Loser. Okay, whatever. But like, that's why if I do DMT or anything like that, I'll be like, I'll wake up and be like, oh no, like, fuck this podcast. Like, God exists. I'm going to go jump in front of a train. God told me to.
If you want,
it was just
ahead.
the drugs.
It'll be a pretty sad episode.
Be a short episode.
Hi, welcome back to...
Hi, this was Josh from Two Days Drinking Beer.
It'll be a fucking... Hi, welcome back to an episode of Two Days Drinking Beer. My name is Josh. Alec is dead.
It's just
He jumped in front of a train. It's just empty. Nothing there.
Okay, let's talk about... Wasabi's got some stuff in the chat. He's going
His
pretty
music
crazy.
theory lame. And then I think those are lyrics, and then he proposed a hypothetical.
Okay, so why is music theory lame? I'll tell you why music theory is lame. Music theory is lame because it's not shit unless you know how to play the instrument in the first place.
You can't tune a piano.
Shut the fuck up, Josh.
I am right.
He's right mathematically speaking. Why is music theory lame? Because you need to learn how to play an instrument before you learn music theory. And it's truthfully... It's a real dilemma that you won't learn until you're like... at least 20 if you play an instrument. Wasabi is quoting I'm a Dreamer. Great song. Feel it. A fucking vibe. Hypothetically, let's say you go to bed tonight and you wake up and it's your freshman year of high school. Would it suck? Or would you be like, I'm down? Great question.
I hated high school from what I imagine.
I did. But I've always said, if I can go back knowing what I know now, I'd do it differently. And I would. So, I would be excited. I'm not sure I would do it better, but I could promise you I would do it differently.
How do you know you'd have the same knowledge, though? What if the knowledge you have now...
Because I can't wake up in the past knowing it's the past unless I know the future.
But dreams are wacky like that. What if everything you know now... is not because like okay, so I've had a dream where fucking giant slices of pizza were attacking New York City.
Did you really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
So like dreams are wacky like that. You can dream this maybe close to real sense of reality where like Google and Apple are the dominant companies, and then it's like fucking you go back to your reality
It's
in
still
high school
Nokia and Samsung.
where it's like Fugle and Pear.
Here's my dilemma with that. Say that again.
How do you know that the information that you currently know now applies to your real world that you wake up in high school again? and not just wacky dream world stuff.
Here's my dilemma with that. I'm already convinced I'm in a coma.
You're so fucking stupid.
That's what it is.
How are you convinced you're in a coma now?
I just am.
I hope you never wake up.
Wow.
Because you're doing just fine.
But that's the thing, right? Like, of course you would want me to never wake up because you don't want me to leave because your existence is based on my existence.
No.
Because you're a figment of my coma.
No.
So you
You're
want to
living
live
in my world.
You're saying it out of desperation to survive.
No.
You're like, I want to survive. So Alec, don't wake up. Don't
First
leave.
of all, you're not in charge of my world. I'm in charge of my world, and you're in charge of your own world.
And my world is the world you're in.
You're in my world, too. I can blink you out of existence.
Do it,
But
pussy.
wait, that's not how it works.
Do it, pussy.
That's not how it works.
This is wrinkling my brain.
His first
Yeah.
brain wrinkle.
I've got like probably 20 jillion brain wrinkles. Only one of them is like actual intelligence, though. The rest are just like hypothetical shit where I like dance around in my own head.
Ryan wouldn't survive without Alec.
Where does that come from?
Yep.
That's just talking shit. That's just a shitty thing to say, homie. Also, Wasabi wouldn't survive without a job. What up? You wouldn't survive without income or a green card. Burn. You're just talking shit, bro. Shut up.
Those shots may be missed, Wasabi.
Those shots for sure missed, bro. You're just being a dick.
Moving on.
The fact is, none of you would be here without me because I imagined all of you.
I'm real.
I doubt that.
You're right. You're right. You're in a coma.
Okay, first verbal confirmation. Check.
As I throw in air quotes.
Bunny ears for all I know. I don't know. Look,
Okay.
I don't know.
So the show is fake to you.
Everything's
This show,
fake.
this show doesn't exist.
Everything's fake to me. Nothing exists to me.
Our milestone of hitting affiliate doesn't mean anything to you.
It's not that it doesn't. Here's the thing.
It's not real.
It doesn't not mean anything. It means one day I'll wake up and someone will be named Josh and I'll be like, Josh, I remember you. We had a fucking podcast together in my coma. Maybe my coma was only a day long and I've lived for 26 years. But I'd be like, Josh, I've got a great idea. We need to start a podcast.
Nah.
But everyone's like, what's a podcast? And it's 1984. I'm like, oh, fuck. What if this is a bad drug trip?
You'd be like 40 some odd years old.
Everything is a simulation.
I disagree. I never watched The Matrix, so I don't have that corrupt thought in my head.
And that's the thing. I watched that and Fight Club and Shutter Island when I was like 13. So that shit dug in.
I've seen Fight Club too.
There's a scene where spoiler alerts.
They're old movies.
If you haven't seen Fight Club, he like pours some acid on his hand and burns his hand. And he's like trying to get himself to like answer a question. It's a simple question. It's like, what if God's not real? Right?
He ain't.
Fair enough, right? But like imagine pouring acid on your hand and letting it burn there for a few minutes and being like, is God real?
I've kind of done that.
Okay.
It was with plastic though.
Now imagine that you knew the answer to that the whole time. You knew how you felt, you knew how you believed, and you still challenged yourself by dumping acid on your hand.
Maybe I like to feel pain.
Physically harming yourself.
Maybe I like pain. I give myself Charlie horses for fun.
I punch myself in the back for fun.
That's where you can feel better.
That is because I'm super tight in the back.
I do it just because I'm sitting here and being bored. It's like, let's spice it up, Charlie horse.
Hanging out with Alec. Fucking hate this kid. He's so boring.
I do it just from flexing wrong.
I miss you too, man. I hope you're doing well. I just saw all your pictures from Disneyland. It looks fucking lit.
We're
You look
literally
like
going to see you next weekend.
You look like a gangster in so many of those photos, bro. With the one from your feet up. Yeah. It's gonna be good to see you soon. I don't know, dude. it's one of those things. And I just want to like. I think a good place to close out would probably be
That's the scar from the plastic.
cooking a steak, which is funny because that's where the scar is on the hand of the guy. Anyway, you never saw Fight. No, you saw Fight Club with me. You never saw The Matrix. You don't want to see The Matrix.
I think I've seen it in school. I don't remember where I saw Fight Club, but I've seen it.
Amnesia theory.
Okay.
One day you wake up and be like, I've got a great idea for a movie.
My memory is just bad. But I can remember faces, names, and small details. Which is why I'm perfect for the position I work in.
I can remember moments. I'm shit at names unless I'm drunk. That's about it.
So you got a pretty shit memory.
I think I have a good memory.
You can remember 2 things.
Well, 2 things that are big.
Fuck. Sip.
I'm all out.
You wasted your 300. You could have saved that.
You should have saved it. I'll chalk it up on my notes. I owe Ryan
A sip.
a sip. There you go. So I got Plant Daddy's marriage stuff about income, and I owe Ryan a sip for 300 tokens. Next.
300 beers.
What are these? What are they called?
Beers.
They're called beers?
That's what I called them.
Oh, you named them?
Yeah.
300 beers? Sweet.
Working title.
Yeah. I will definitely take a sip for you, Ryan, next podcast. I finished my beers. These are really good IPAs, as I
they're not
remembered. I'm hungry and I smell food.
I smell nothing.
You're broke.
Been broke. Broken. I have money, but I've been broken.
Burn. Wait, did you rip up mine and then leave yours intact?
No, that one was mine. I put yours over here.
Oh, why?
Do you want yours?
I wanted to rip it up.
You know, now you can, because I ripped up mine.
You don't have to. Confetti cannon. Those are fun as fuck. All right.
Why would you do that in your dream? Why are you acting out in your dream?
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Well, thanks for being here, guys.
Real quick, thank you so much for being here because, as I said before, we're now an affiliate link with chat, Twitch.
You can just say affiliate. Just drop the link.
We are now an affiliate with Twitch. You can now subscribe to us
If you want.
if you like. If not, no big deal. Shout out to DJ Phantom for being the first official subscriber and the first official person to donate 300 beers to us for a sip.
We don't get those. Those are just arbitrary.
Dumb.
You can't throw bits at us if you want. If you want to just throw fucking pennies at us.
You should make it bits then.
Well, no, because that's a whole separate thing.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
He doesn't.
Thank you for existing on me on this corporeal form and realm. I don't know that it exists.
It does. Hi, I'm Josh.
Bye, I'm Alec. Thanks for hanging out with us.
One day you'll wake up.
Don't say shit like that.
One day. We miss you.
Stop.